Good day, and thank you for joining us. I'm Wendy Moore, VP of Product Marketing here at Trend Micro. What a great morning it's been to hear from customers and partners about the key challenges faced by CISOs. And of course, Eva and Leah sharing our vision and platform strategy. I'm happy to be joined today by a couple of our product leaders to take you a little bit deeper into our platform and the value it can bring to you. So, the market has changed. Your environment has changed, and Trend Micro has changed. And we want to help you to drive change in your organization. Platforms over point products, intelligent detection and response everywhere, more automation, tighter integration. This is what cybersecurity needs to be today. And we've built this platform for the realities of the next decade. It's purpose-built in the cloud to serve both the security and operational challenges that your organization is facing in light of your increasingly complex and diverse environment. For the CISO, it gives you holistic visibility for the risk posture of your organization while managing costs and ensuring compliance. For you analysts of the SOC out there, it gives you fewer, higher quality alerts so that you can identify and stop attacks more quickly. It eliminates data silos to simplify threat hunting and accelerate response to those attacks. And for security and operations teams, both on-premise and in the cloud, it lets them implement and monitor a wide variety of security controls across the entire environment, from users and endpoints to SaaS applications, data centers, and the cloud, whether it's AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud. And it does this with holistic visibility, maximizing automation through code. And software development teams who are often developing the lifeblood of your organization. And whether they're sitting in the business units or in the core global organization, they can move fast without top-down mandates and giving them choice in terms of the infrastructure that makes the most sense for what they're building. And most of all, they can do it securely without having a PhD in security. So our platform is delivering on this vision with multiple protection portfolios optimized for your diverse environment. We've got Apex One covering endpoints, email, and SaaS applications. Network One, delivering network security and IoT. And of course, Cloud One, to secure everything you're building in the cloud, from workloads to Kubernetes container clusters to serverless. And at the heart of that platform is Trend Micro Vision One. It's a hub for security operations teams that breaks down data silos and delivers holistic visibility combined with extended detection and response, or XDR, to help you see more and respond faster. I'd like to welcome now Frank Kuo, Trend Micro's VP of Product Management, to take us a bit deeper into Vision One. Welcome, Frank.
Thank you, Wendy. Good day, everyone. So some of you might remember in 2019, our last in-person global customer event, we introduced you to Trend Micro XDR. It turns out it's an industry-first extended detection and response solutions. And earlier this year, we have evolved XDR into what we call Vision One. And our goal is to provide a hub for security operation teams where they can see everything, they can execute on everything. Then these are necessary for them to defend the enterprise from threats. And actually, we built many deep and broad detection and response capability into this core of Vision One. We pull telemetry data and the detection data from all the protection layers into a common data lake. And then we apply security analytics coupled with our threat intelligence. And that's how we can give you more threat detections with fewer and higher confidence alerts. And most importantly, provide you with just one place where you can investigate and respond across all your security layers. And let me share with you why we can deliver this promise. Yeah. One of the big strengths of Trend Micro is that we actually have all the protection products across all these security layers. Okay. And today, these products are not just highly effective at detecting and stopping many threats. That's also important here is that these products also now can producing many meaningful telemetry data. So what we have implemented in Vision 1, so when we're doing the Vision 1 design, because we have deep understanding of this detection and telemetry data from these products, so very naturally, we're able to apply the right analytics technology and most important, at the right timing. So let me give you an example, very good example of what I mean by applying the right analytics at the right timing. Earlier this year, we launched a new initiative we call Early Warning Services in Vision 1. The idea is to give you critical signals that at the early stage of the attack, indicating your environment may be under attack, may be targeted by certain attack campaign or ransomware groups, so that you can be, the whole idea is to give you a time, give you a very good time so that you can be one step ahead of the bad actors. Such valuable services that we're so eager to push to every security team that can be benefit from this. And another capability that make the that we want to make operation team life easier is the ability to provision the sensors or agents and adjust the policy and configurations and to continue to optimize the defense. And all of this can be coming from one same console. So this is actually one of the capability that is highly appreciated based on your feedback. Now, beyond XDR, we're also delivering risk visibility. So different securities, they can have a different views on the risk metrics and trends that matters to them. We actually have a very intuitive dashboards that can give you a holistic view of what is happening in your environment, such as which endpoints have observable attack techniques detections, and give you a list of prioritized risky devices and user behaviors in your environment. And the most important is you can have a visibility of what's sanctioned and unsanctioned usage in my environment and the associated risks. Now, but speaking of your feedback, we're also recognizing that most of our customers, of course, are not Trend Micro only shops. And you have other investment in infrastructures that are also part of your security operation workflow. So we're working on growing our portfolio of open APIs and integrations to third-party infrastructures like SOAR or SIEM or IAM products. So rest assured, you're going to expect to see this list continue to evolve in the next couple of months. So as you can see, we've been very, very nimble, and we're moving very fast to keep our customers at the forefront of the modern threat defense. And Trend Micro Vision 1 is at the heart of that strategy. And this afternoon, I think you get the chance to see Vision 1 in action and learn about the upcoming capabilities we're developing, such as in the domain of zero trust with the secure asset service edge solutions that's going to be rolled out in the second half of this year. So back to you, Wendy.
Wow, Vision 1 is such a game changer, Frank. It eliminates those data and visibility silos that are so often the reality for the teams tasked with protecting the enterprise. And by bringing together telemetry and detections from all our security layers for complete visibility. So now I'd like to turn to one of those security layers in particular, and that's the cloud. So your cloud team is delivering applications with a speed that has never been seen before. And the infrastructure and tools they are using are changing just as quickly. So figuring out how to secure this dynamic environment is full of challenges. How am I going to secure my Kubernetes clusters? What about serverless runtime? What do I do there? And container services like AWS Fargate, for example. Not to mention, you're doing this across multiple cloud providers, and you're probably throwing in a data center or two as well. So you can see why it is challenging. And this really requires a new way of thinking about security tools that won't slow your cloud builders down. And the infrastructure and processes change that have come with the move to the cloud have really given us an opportunity to rethink how and where we should be applying security controls. Like, we can shift left and apply security across the entire software delivery pipeline, starting right in the code repository, right on through to runtime. So now I'd love to welcome one of the most passionate people I know when it comes to security for cloud builders, and that's Adam Boyle, our VP of Cloud One. Welcome, Adam. Take it away and share some of the highlights of what's happening around Cloud One. So much exciting news.
Thanks, Wendy, and hi, everyone. Yes, Cloud One, a security services platform that spans AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud Platform, as well as your data centers, protecting assets across the board for compute, networking, and storage. We're really, really excited about this journey so far. When I think back of our last decade with operating systems and all the different flavors of Linux and the kernels and Unix and Windows, and having that kind of coverage, that was a primary IT problem for protection. Well, it's really changed a lot now, because now you have hundreds of different cloud services running in multiple cloud providers, as well as everything that's still running in the data center. So how do you get coverage on that? Well, we came up with Cloud One. So it's really that solution that spans all of those cloud providers and the data center as if it's a single environment. And we're targeting cloud builders, right? Every company is a software company now. That includes IT. IT are becoming software development shops. And what we've heard from our customers is, I've got too many tools. I got too many consoles. I have too many views. It's too complicated. Can we get more consolidation? So that's really the macro market problem that we're trying to solve here. And there's a couple of families of use cases that we're really focused on. Obviously, cloud migration's a big one. It's still in its infancy, even though we've been doing it for so many years. And allowing customers to move outcome to any of the clouds, or even moving them between the clouds, as if this is one Uber environment, one single environment, to have that holistic visibility and to have the operational control on that is really, really powerful. But all new projects now are done using cloud native application architectures, where development teams are releasing parts of applications continuously and independently from one another. Well, how do you protect that? What's the interplay with IT and the development teams? Well, that's transformed overnight. So building a security operations model that starts at the source code repository, going through container registries, out to all the various flavors of cloud native runtime, becomes really, really important. And we need to help our security teams get up to speed quickly on that, to figure out a way to have that interplay with all the internal customers for which they serve, all those development teams. And that becomes the main thing, is what is that language? How do we empower developers to move fast and have all of their assets protected while they're continuously releasing outcome? That is the $1 million question. So that is a big area of focus for us. And that's, as I said, our announcement of open source security for Snyk, which you're going to see a bit later. That's really exciting. Really getting us right at the source code repositories and providing protection through those CI/CD pipelines all the way out to runtime. And another exciting area is object storage in the cloud. For example, S3 buckets. We have a service called File Storage Security, which will continuously scan any change going on in those buckets. And we know that S3 buckets and soon Azure blobs are really at the center of both development teams for their apps, especially the cloud native ones, but they're also used heavily by the IT teams as centered in their automated IT workflows. So there's a lot of really exciting things, and we're really just beginning the decade with this excitement. It's so exciting of what's going to happen over the next decade, where the collective new operating system is all of these cloud providers as if it's one big entity. And later on, you're going to see some demos with our file storage security and our conformity teams, showing how we help you achieve best practices and compliance. But something most important here is, let's talk about Vision 1. Vision 1's visibility into cloud native attack techniques and cloud infrastructure attack techniques, where there's lots of containers, there's lots of Kubernetes clusters with specific attack techniques on those compute platforms, as well as serverless. We're feeding Vision 1 all of that. We're doing more than that. We're actually leading the market in finding these attack techniques with our threat research teams. We're seeing these attacks in the wild, and we are bringing and contributing that back into MITRE. So there's a lot of really good stuff going on, and Vision 1 is the place where you will see the most researched, most progressive view of cloud native application attacks and cloud infrastructure attacks. And we're really excited to bring that to you. Thank you.
Adam, I got to tell you, where the team is taking things in terms of integrating Cloud One into Vision One is really raising the bar in the industry. We are going to be providing unprecedented, deep visibility of attacks on cloud infrastructure and cloud native applications. Super exciting stuff. So we've given you a bit of a tour of our cybersecurity platform, but we all know that it's more than just technology when it comes to preparing for, withstanding, and rapidly recovering from threats. It takes people with real skills as well. And that's why we have a number of services across your cybersecurity lifecycle. Our premium support plan gets you full service onboarding and ongoing support. And it also gives you a designated customer service manager that can help you with things like proactive health check monitoring and planning upgrades and migration paths. But beyond this, we recognize that many customers are looking for ways to become more proactive when it comes to detection and response. And some customers have their own SOCs. Some are outsourcing this function to managed security service providers. And yet others are building pseudo SOC capabilities within their existing security teams. What we see, though, is that regardless of your approach to this, customers are benefiting from our managed XDR services. They're either basically outsourcing the management of XDR and Vision 1 to Trend Micro, or they're augmenting their existing SOC capabilities with 7x24 monitoring and detection, rapid investigation and mitigation, and expert threat identification and hunting. We are also helping many customers and prospects alike with incident response services if an attack takes hold in your environment, whether you're using Trend Micro products or not. We have a team of IR experts that can help you to navigate and recover from an attack. So we've got these 3 discrete services across that cybersecurity lifecycle, but we're upping the game again. We are looking at refreshing these services and finding new ways to add value and looking at it from more of a holistic perspective to offer new bundled service offerings that deliver value across the entire cybersecurity lifecycle. So I really encourage you to pay attention in the second half as we'll be launching some new service offerings here. So, that feels like it went very quickly, but I hope it really gave you an understanding of what Trend Micro's cybersecurity platform can do for your organization and how it can help you to modernize your security and protection. So I encourage you to attend more in-depth sessions this afternoon or on demand in both our security leader and cloud leader tracks, where you'll learn not only a lot of best practices, but there's plenty of exciting demos to see the platform in action. So thank you for joining us, and I hope that you all continue to stay safe. And I'm going to turn it back over to our hosts now.